Hello, my name is Dylan Faullin and I am a math instructor at Dodge City Community College. And today I'd like to show you how to do this example of solving this equation, 3x minus 5 equals 0. To solve this problem for x means to isolate x on one side of the equation. The first step in accomplishing this is to add 5 to both sides of the equation. So I'll add 5 to the left-hand side of the equation to eliminate the minus 5 that we have over there. So, and again, the objective being to get x by itself. So the 3 and the minus 5 need to be eliminated. So my first thing I'm going to eliminate is the minus 5. And I eliminate that by adding 5 to it. And that's going to cancel it out. But we have this rule that we have to follow that tells us if we add or subtract something to the left-hand side, we have to add or subtract the same thing to the right-hand side to keep the equation balanced out so that we don't alter what the solution is going to be. All right, so adding 5 to both sides, we eliminate the minus 5 from the left-hand side, and so what results is just a 3x on the left-hand side. All right. On the right-hand side, we get 0 plus 5, which is 5. Next step, we need to eliminate the 3, which is being multiplied to the x. So to eliminate something that's being multiplied, we use division. That's the inverse operation of multiplication. Right, so to cancel out multiplying by 3, we are going to divide by 3 on the left-hand side. Right. However, if I divide by 3 on the left-hand side, the same rule applies. We have to also divide by 3 on the right-hand side, so that we can keep the equation balanced. Otherwise, we get an answer that doesn't relate back to the original equation. Right? So this keeps everything balanced out. So essentially what's happening here is I don't want to alter the meaning of the equation. Right? And the meaning of this equation we're about to find out is that x has to equal 5/3. That's what the equation is trying to tell us. Right? And if we don't keep things balanced out, we end up changing the meaning. Alright, so what happens on the left-hand side is that the 3's are going to cancel out with one another, which is what we intended to happen. Right? And on the right-hand side, we get 5 divided by 3, which doesn't divide evenly, so we just leave that alone. On the left-hand side, we'll have an x left over. And on the right-hand side, we just get 5 divided by 3, which we'll just leave as a fraction, 5/3. You could rewrite that as 1 2/3. If you wanted to write it as a proper fraction, but I prefer to leave my answers as improper fractions like this. You probably do not want to write this answer as a decimal unless you have some other reason for doing so, like graphing or something to that effect, because the decimal would just be this run-on decimal of 1.66666. 5/3 is just a cleaner and more accurate way of leaving the answer. And so our final answer in this case is going to be x equals 5/3. All right, we could check our answer if we wanted to by plugging it back into the original equation and verifying that this results in a true statement when we do so, right? X equals 5/3 is what the original equation was trying to tell us to begin with, right? 3x minus 5 equals 0 was trying to tell us all along that x was equal to 5/3. Right? And we could have tried to guess that's what it was trying to tell us, but instead we manipulated the equation into giving us that answer. And so there you have your solution.